It's hard to escape the conclusion that something out of the ordinary has happened to our weather. Across the globe, a pattern is emerging. From Japan to Greece to the Arctic Circle to here in the UK. The question, of course, is what is happening?
I would be pretty certain that you couldn't have had this hot air, this heat event that we've got at the moment without climate change.
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, the earth also, and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
If we take the average temperature for January to June from 1910 to the year 2000, and we use that as our benchmark, and then we plot every year from 1880 to 2018 to show how far above or below that average line they fall, well, the pattern is very clear. The world is getting warmer and warmer. 2018 was actually 0.77 of a degree centigrade above the average, which is the fourth hottest year on record for the period, behind 2015, 2017 and 2016, all very recent history. As for that famous 1976 heat wave, although the summer was hot, the average for January to June was actually slightly colder than the long-term trend.
Well, it's not just Europe that's in the grip of unusually high temperatures. Japan is experiencing a record-breaking heat wave, which officials say contributed to the death of 65 people last week. More than 30,000 people were admitted to hospital suffering from heat exhaustion.
It's really like winter. In fact, in many ways, this is worse than winter at the moment, because at this time of year, we normally see a decrease in the number of patients who are attending an emergency department and those who get admitted to hospital. This year, it's not stopped. We're as busy now as we were in winter.
Everything points at the moment to the jet stream. That's this high altitude band of wind that flows around the world, governing our weather. And at the moment, it's behaving in a rather strange way. It's looping with a series of big meanders. And if you're on the south of the jet stream, which we are at the moment, you get hot weather.
Start this morning with the unbearable heat wave that is gripping South Korea. Tuesday saw the mercury hover close to 40 degrees Celsius in some parts. For weeks now, there have been no signs of any cool down, and conditions are expected to get even hotter over the next few days. Our Sobobin starts us off.
It's been almost 2 months since the first heat wave alert was issued in the country. But the ongoing and record-breaking scorching conditions don't seem to be easing anytime soon. Temperatures in Seoul are expected to reach at least 39 degrees Celsius this week, which is the fifth highest since 1994. And the heat wave this year is expected to carry on throughout August.
According to scientists, then, we can expect to see more long, hot summers like this one. But that means we're going to have to make some changes. The Environmental Audit Committee of the House of Commons will be publishing a report on Thursday looking at how we'll need to adapt to more frequent heat waves.
There's not really a problem with it today or tomorrow. And the issue is also that heat-related deaths tend to turn up in retrospect. So nobody turns up at the hospital and says, I'm dying of heat. But actually, there tends to be a time lag before we realise what has happened. So there isn't the pressure on policymakers that I think there needs to be. And this is a cross-government issue. So DEFRA has responsibility for adapting to climate change. But many of the other departments, such as Homes and Local Government, the Department for Transport, are the ones where actually the rubber literally hits the melting road.
On a hot summer day, there's nothing better than cooling off in the waters of Lake Tahoe. How do you find the water temperature here?
It is freezing. It is freezing. Yeah.
Freezing cold perhaps to this visitor from Texas, but the scientific readings from the lake reveal a very different story.
This map gives us real-time data for water temperatures on the lake today. Take a look over here. You can see it ranges from 68.8 degrees on the southwest shore all the way to 71.7 on the northeast side of the lake. And these numbers are trending higher.
And it was the warmest July on record for water temperatures.
UC Davis professor Jeff Schlato has been studying Lake Tahoe for years, and in July 2017, his measurements showed an average lake temperature of 68.4 degrees, the highest numbers ever.
It actually rose about 6 degrees from the previous year.
Schlatter says that's because of climate change.
So what we want to see is better adaptation of our buildings for these hotter temperatures, particularly our homes, schools, hospitals and care homes as well. And at the moment that's not happening. So we don't see any standard or requirement at present in government to adapt these new builds when they're being designed. And we'd also like to see an increase in the amount of urban green space in urban areas to protect people more from high temperatures, but that's actually going down rather than going up.
Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of God, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat? Little children, it is the last time. And as ye have heard that an Antichrist shall come, even now are there many Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time.